This is Ruth and welcome to my channel. This is my next installment of Perfume Empties. I have quite a few to go through. I've been away for a little while because I had COVID and I had a mild case, but I was still down for 2 weeks. And since I've recovered, and I am fully recovered, I've been working really hard at exercising, working out, doing my work that I missed while I was sick. So anyway, I know that this is a belated video, but at least now I have a lot to go through. So I'm just going to get started. The first fragrance I'm going to cover here is Candid. This is by AVON. This probably took me 6 months to go through. This is absolutely lovely. This is primarily, it's a white floral, but you really don't get much florals out of this. What I got pretty much was a musky sandalwood. Truly a sandalwood dominant fragrance. It smells the same when you first spray it on, and as it wears it gets slightly more woody, just like sandalwood typically is, as you would expect. This is gorgeous. It's a nice, soft, feminine, creamy sandalwood. Absolutely beautiful. And I've got to say, I almost cringe to admit it, but I'm starting to like this better than Guerlain's. Let me see if I can find it here in my collection. Better than Samsara. Truly, I like it better than Samsara. Now that this is my second bottle of going through Candid, and you can see on the Samsara, I'm only down to right here, and I've gone through 2 bottles of this as opposed to this. So that tells you which one I prefer. Samsara definitely performs better, but Candid smells better. Candid does last pretty good on me. It's a good 4 to 5 hours, 6 hours on clothes. And I love it so much. I'm so addicted to it. I just keep spraying it that it's one of those that calls to me from across the room, come spray me again, please more. And I'm like, yes, more Candid. So anyway, I already have a backup bottle. Then the good thing is I picked up Candid, my last bottle, for $11 on eBay. And this is not 100 mils. I want to say it's 50 or 75. No. No, it's not 100 mil. It's 50 or 75. I'm sorry. I can't remember which. But anyway, for $11, really great bargain. If you like sandalwood, it's for you, definitely. Next up, I have the original Charlie. This is not Charlie Blue. It's the original Charlie. These come in 50 ml bottles. Someone correct me. It might be 75. 1.3 fluid ounces. All right. That's the only size I've ever been able to find the original Charlie in. Someone had left a message to me that they had found a full 100 ml Charlie. I've searched and searched and I haven't been able to find it. If any of you could send me a link in the comments, I would be forever grateful, because I would love to pick up a full-size bottle of the original Charlie. This is a woody, sandalwoody, spicy, slightly incensey, earthy fragrance. It's predominantly oak moss, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's old school. You have to like spicy fragrances. Oak moss. If you don't like oak moss, you're not going to like Charlie. It's an absolute bomb of a fragrance, and I love it. The difference between the original Charlie and Charlie Blue, which, look at this, I have a empty bottle of Charlie Blue. I love them both, okay? So Charlie Blue is very much like the original Charlie. It's very close to it, except for that Charlie Blue is a little harsher. It's stronger on the oak moss, and it is toned down on the florals. Charlie, the original Charlie, is smoother, creamier. Charlie Blue is very dry, very harsh. Original Charlie is kind of creamy, and it has a bit of, I don't know if it's tonka. It's almost got a caramely kind of, but it's not sweet. Like, imagine the scent of caramel without sweetness. And that's with a lot of oak moss, is the original Charlie. That creamy smoothness is taken out of Charlie Blue, and you're left with more of the harshness of dry flowers such as marigold and a lot of oak moss. Both of them are beautiful in their own way. They're different, similar. I would say they're more like siblings than they are like cousins, but I love them both. All right. Next up, I have Bora Bora by Elizabeth Arden. This is a bright, clean, fresh, shampoo-y tropical floral. And I know I covered this on my channel just not that long ago. I think it was in a what am I wearing frequently kind of a videos, but this is, here it is, I've emptied it. There's a little bit in the bottom. Absolutely gorgeous. It's very shampoo-y, but it is beautiful. Performance not great, maybe 2-3 hours, but very inexpensive, very beautiful fragrance. Next up, I have, I'm going to have to apologize. All right, so this is a Justin Bieber. Let's see if I can see. This is Someday. All right, sorry, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to read that. So this comes with a big plastic flowery kind of packaging on top of this, and I hate that kind of packaging. I can't tell you how much I despise that sort of thing. So I ripped all that off of the bottle, and this is what I was left with. And so no cap and just this. And Someday's actually really pretty. It's a pretty fruity floral celebrity scent, nothing groundbreaking. But the nice thing about this is it's sweet, it's simple, very feminine, very pretty, and it actually lasts. I would say at least 6 hours. It performed really well. It's very inexpensive. If you're looking for just an inexpensive fruity floral, Someday by Justin Bieber is a really good choice. Next up, I have the original Joop for women. This is a vanilla dominant musky yellow floral. It's very happy, very bright. The vanilla in here is, I find, to be a little cloying. Maybe more than a little cloying. I'm finding that the Joop fragrances I'm not a huge fan of, because that vanilla in there, and that's kind of their signature, is that what I would call Joop vanilla. It's very pleasant in the opening, but as the hours go by, I'm like, I just can't stand it. It just gets to me to be cloying and a little headache inducing, and I'm not someone who gets headaches easily. So it lasts really well. If you like vanilla, give this a try. It's a very happy fragrance, very long lasting, not very expensive, but for me, a little cloying. Next up, I have Sung by Alfred Sung. The reason I purchased this is because it has a dominant note of hyacinth. This fragrance, I would say, is a 2-note primary floral. This is kind of an old school white floral, and it has hyacinth in the top, and it has lily of the valley in the mid, and I would say 50-50, they're equally dominant in this fragrance. So if you like lily of the valley, if you like hyacinth, this is one you need to get. This is a full 100 ml bottle. I purchased for under $20 on eBay from a trusted seller. Absolutely gorgeous. Another one that I got to be really, really addicted to. If you are someone who is always on the lookout for quote-unquote classic granny fragrances, I hate that term, but everyone seems to use it, this is definitely one of them. If you avoid those fragrances, do not buy Sung by Alfred Sung. If you're like me and you love and respect those fragrances, then definitely get your hands on this one. All right, speaking of classic fragrances, I have the original Arpege by Lanvin. This also is a very classic white floral with a lot of aldehydes. It does not have a hyacinth note, but it definitely has a hyacinth accord. Whatever the fragrances are, the floral notes in this fragrance, it definitely comes across as hyacinth. I apologize. There's someone driving by my house on a mini bike. Lasts forever, soft, powdery, old school floral, beautiful. Next up, I have another sandalwood fragrance. This is Levine For Her or For Woman. Very beautiful, creamy, smooth sandalwood fragrance. I know that there's florals and all kinds of other notes in this fragrance. You can get it for a steal, $12, $13 for a full 100 ml. I have 2 backups. That's how much I love this fragrance. Absolutely gorgeous, but I'm a lover of sandalwood. I like sandalwood lotion, sandalwood perfume oils. I love sandalwood incense. If you like sandalwood incense, definitely you need to get a hold of Adam Levine For Her. All right, I have 2 more. This is Calvin Klein Truth. Sorry, the cap is all dirty because... Anyway, this is, Calvin Klein is kind of known for their fresh aquatics. Citrusy, freshy, kind of aquatic. Very, the vibe is very unisex. And this is very true to that. Truth is, just like I described it, citrusy, fresh. But the difference with Truth is it has a real aromatic spiciness to it. I'm not sure where that spiciness comes from exactly. I did not study the notes before doing this video, and I do that on purpose because I want to give you my impressions of wearing it, not really what the company says or what other people say, but rather how I experience the fragrance, having emptied the full bottle and worn the whole thing. This is a really good performer. For some Calvin Kleins, I notice only last a couple hours. This one's a good 5 to 6 hours. Very inoffensive, very, very nice. This I wore a lot in this winter and spring. And it's good year-round. This would be also a really good signature scent. Inoffensive. I can't imagine anyone on earth not liking it, except if you really dislike spiciness. The spiciness in here, like I said, is very mild, however. But there is some in there, and it's detectable. So if you don't like that, this isn't for you. But if you're looking for that sort of thing, highly recommend Truth by Calvin Klein. Next up, I have Nude by Blass. I've talked about this fragrance so much on this channel. I apologize if you're getting tired of hearing about it. I did finish this bottle. There's a few mils in the bottom. This is a yellow musk, soapy, nuclear blast is how I describe it. Very strong, very, very strong, very long-lasting, very inexpensive. If you like aldehydes, you like musk, especially a warm, skin-like, sexy musk. That's why it's called Nude, with aldehydes. And it's so strong in the aldehydes that it tingles in your nose when you spray it. But this is one sexy beast of a bomb of a fragrance. Absolute love of mine. I have 2 backups. So that's it for my empties. I hope you enjoyed this video so much, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.